Welcome back. Today I have a pretty close game for you. It is an 8-0 American lineup with the T54E1 as the star of the show. But we're also going to see the M103 and MAGAC 3, as well as a little bit of the M163 joining us today. Now, the title of the video is Never Give Up. And the whole point of the video really is I've noticed over the years that the community is starting to get a little more sour to the fact that people leave after one death, the notorious one death leavers, and they also associate it as well with particularly premium users, premium players, anyone that buys a premium vehicle. And it's true to an extent, but I'm going to go on a different tangent with this, and say that it's actually down to YouTubers. And even myself, the last couple of videos that I've put out have been specifically towards the same format as the big YouTubers, the likes of Fly Daily, European Canadian, although his format is the format that I'm looking to move towards. But even the likes of Oddboz, they glorify this sort of gameplay where you've won, um, where it's you never die, essentially. And I know that's kind of I suppose the area that we're in, the what people are interested in. People like seeing fantastic gameplay, and I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that yeah, a fantastic gameplay is great, but you don't need fantastic gameplay to have a great game. Or you don't need to not die to have fantastic gameplay. And I hope this video is going to highlight that. The mode that I'm playing today is Battle. In my opinion, it's the best mode in the game. It's the most rounded. It does produce some games, particularly at high tier, top tier, where the game could be over in a few minutes, where a team just completely steamrolls the other one. But in the mid tiers, it is quite a good mode, as you're going to see as well today. And the point I wanted to make with this video is that, you can get a high kill game, well, relatively high kill. I believe I get 12 kills in this game. But you can also die a bunch of times and you can still get that. And for any of the normal players, as I drive straight into a train car, that won't happen with the new update, thankfully. But what I kind of want to point out for new players, older players that kind of have this idea in their head that they're not allowed to die, or when they die, just leave the game. I'd like to get away from that mentality and move to something a little more, I don't want to say healthy, but a little more team oriented, shall we say. Where you start realizing that, hold on, if I stay in the game, just because I've died once and I've only gotten a kill, or maybe I've gotten no kill at all, doesn't mean that I still can't do well. A lot of my high kill games, they come at my second spawn, not on my first. I could die immediately, and that's what I'm trying to highlight here. My first spawn there, I got one kill from a guy that double tracked me and died to an IS-6 immediately after. And stuff like that happens, but because of the way that War Thunder is set up, and even a lot of the way a lot of the maps are set up, I actually think that this layout of Novo is probably one of the best maps to play for War Thunder, because you can't really spawn camp easily on this map. It's quite open, But the way the map is designed, it also doesn't really promote spawn camping very often. The other team would really want to be completely dominating the match to get that kind of foothold. So I'm after losing my train of thought. Um, yeah, I'm after losing my train of thought completely there. I think the point I was trying to make is that look, if you lose your vehicle early and you notice that the game isn't completely lost, uh, spawn in again. There's no reason not to. The way War Thunder um is set up nowadays, it does promote people bringing in the vehicles more than once, even if you have backups. I mean, there should be no one struggling with backups nowadays, especially if you have premium. If you don't have premium, you still really shouldn't be struggling because if you have the battle pass, the warband shop, uh, you can get um, you can get free backups very easily on there. We're going to make a fatal error there. We shot the metal pole instead, and that's going to get us killed by a T-54. Unfortunately. So again, there, this game so far for me is not going well. We have 1 kill, 2 deaths, and we're now spawning into an M163, which some would say is probably one of the worst AAs in the game, if not the worst. So this game isn't going well right now. We're going to get a lucky hit there on that vehicle. I believe that's a TU2. Maybe? Is it? I'm interested now to see if I'm right, because I'm not particularly great with planes, and I've not watched this video all the way through. Oh, it was a BF-110. Never mind. There goes my knowledge. So, just a little thing there now as well. I want to explain with AAs. I love helping people. The whole point of these videos is to try and help people become a better player, to try and get you more kills per game, become a better teammate, and try and get rid of the idea that teammates are completely worthless. Have a look at the map. We have a bundle of teammates pushing towards Bravo. Most of them are going to get taken out, but they've done a good enough job to try and bundle together. When it comes to AA gameplay, one of the things that kind of drives me a bit crazy is seeing AAs that just sit and spawn. You're not helping anyone there. So if you're one of those players, please, I beg you, stop doing it. Push out a spawn. Not only is a plane less likely to notice you, if a Kaz player sees anything sitting in spawn, they're going to know immediately it's most likely AA. There's an actual TU2. So when you come out of spawn, if you're playing in AA, push up and be almost like a second line. You can see on the map we have 3 AAs that are basically further up the line than our tanks. That makes no sense. You want to push up, and I'm going to try and show it here now if I can get up here without getting shot at. We did it. Behind this building is absolutely perfect. Notice how I'm a few hundred meters maybe. Distance between myself and my blue friendly. And you want to sit there. You want to stay here because Kaz targets are going to want to be going after your friendly tanks. And this is the best way to make use out of the AA systems you're playing. Just scanning the battlefield here. push way up here now to the next area. I want to be close to my friendly tanks just in case an air target does come up. The M163 is basically useless. It's really not a great AA, so it is better at dealing with light armored targets instead. Things like Marders, BMPs. Just seeing my teammate get taken out, and I don't want to just throw away the M163 either, because it can still do work against air targets. And again, like I said, ground targets also. So I'm not going to shoot through the fence to try and take out the IS-3. You see something moving up there. I'm starting to notice at this point there's an awful lot of heavy targets on the battlefield. The M163 is really not going to be doing well. So I'm starting to realize that I'm more than likely going to get taken out here. I'm kind of running out of teammates around me also. So it's probably inevitable now at this stage that I'm going to get taken out. But it's good to notice, good to think that start picking up on what's around. Like, that's an object 278 or whatever they're called. 268 maybe. So I know that thing is there. I know there's an IS-3. Now I know that there's one of those Japanese Ferdinands, the 4B, I think it's called, as he gets obliterated. And then I get taken out by a Raketen automat. So I know that there's a few heavy targets around. And there's also that Raketen automat. So I'm thinking, okay, I need a bit of armor. But I also need a gun that's going to be able to deal with them. So we're going to bring out the M103. I did think about getting the Magak, but the Magak is pretty much useless. It's not a great vehicle. It's only an M48. It's probably worth as much as the M103, but when I come up against the IS-3 or an IS-6, IS-4, any of those Soviet heavy tanks, they struggle with this. They can take my gun, they can take my tracks, all of that kind of stuff, and they can get to my side. But I have heat FS and a heavy tank. They're not going to be getting close to me. So trying to push up, support this M48 teammate that I have. Now he's watching the right hand side, so I'm going to push up and try and keep an eye on the left. I really don't want the M48 to be the tank that's leading us up the battlefield. I do want that to be a second line of attack, since its armor really doesn't do much. I see that tank behind there. Looking at its tracks, it doesn't... Oh, that's a T-44. That's a T-44 100, definitely. With the skirting. We tried to track him there. Unfortunately, we just reddened the track instead. Just going to bide our time. Really trying to get that track. Maybe take another shot here. Unfortunately, again, just no track damage. It's a bit unfortunate. It is an optimistic shot, and if I'm being honest, it's a bit wasted. Because it's an M103, the reload is quite long. I'm just wasting shots here. Went for it again, but again, optimistic. We did get him to move though. So we might get an opportunity here at getting him. Thought I heard something to my left there. Still think I hear something. I think it might be my teammate coming up on my left hand side. There's the T-44. We're lucky to get that shot. I think he could have been looking at me for a little while there and not knowing exactly where to shoot. Realistically, the T-44 was going to struggle. Now our M48 is getting bullied up here by some sort of tank destroyer. So we're going to push up and try and help him, and we notice a ZSU-57 who's just been taken out by a Carnarvon. So I'm pushing now quite quickly to try and get to the M48 to provide a bit of support. I prioritise the Marder there because it has the ATGM. It would make short work of my armour. Whereas the object in front isn't too much of a threat in my opinion, so I'm going to push up quickly. Going to turn my M48 friendly's armour front, do a side on, and we reached him. And I'm going to place my vehicle directly in front of his so he can no longer get shot. I have the better armour here, so I'm going to risk my life over his. I know I'm well able to deal with this object anyway, and we have a charioteer who's somehow oblivious to the fact that there's a tank right behind him. And the Shilka actually takes out the charioteer. At the moment we are losing this game. It's 42-39 with 8 minutes left. Finally take out that object 268. Going to repair the track, and I'm quite happy I'm after helping that M48 survive that engagement. I think if that object 268 got another shot off, it probably would have spelled the end for that vehicle. We take out an IS-4M as well, that's a big kill. IS-4 is a very scary tank, especially in the late game like we're in right now. It would have easily dealt with both the Centurion as well as the M48. So quite lucky that I was here. Now the Centurion's dealing with something over there. This looks like the Shilka. That's definitely the Shilka. The second he starts firing, I'm going to try to destroy him there, but instead I destroy the cover he was hiding behind. That's going to get him killed. Down he goes. Now I've noticed on the kill feed as well there's an M109 up. Have no idea where he is, but he's killed the vehicle just to my left, the M48 that we previously saved. So it's somewhere in front of me. So I want to push up. I know I am the scariest vehicle around here. And thankfully I changed direction at the last second there and saved myself from that M109. I think he hit the machine gun. I'm not really sure, and usually that would be an overpressure. So it's an odd one. Pushing up, and there's an IS-3. Going to take a shot at this guy. Only commander gunner. Still a good shot. Just unfortunate not to get the driver there as well. We really heavily damaged them. We get taken out by a T-54. And this is the problem when we get to the late game here. We can't protect the flanks any longer because we don't have enough teammates on the battlefield. We are starting to get overrun. Going to bring in the T-54E1 for its second spawn here, and the main reason for bringing this vehicle in now is the quick reload with the autoloader. If I get shot in the turret and survive it, my reload stays the same thanks to that autoloader. So I'm going to play this very tactically now. I know that there's only one kill in the game. There's only 5 minutes left. We have a T-32 that's actually putting in work. He's actually just after taking out the Kika. So I want to try and protect his left flank. So I'm going to post up here. I'm just going to scan the battlefield. Now unfortunately that T-32 is going to get taken out. I'm not sure by what. Oh, we have another heavy tank pushing up outside, just over to my right. Just scanning the battlefield. Now, while we're waiting for action to happen again here, I'm just going to pop in now because I'm not going to let the video run on any longer than it needs to. If you do like this video, if you do like the format that this is in, where it's multiple spawns showing what the what the game should look like for every player, not the common YouTube style where it's only the one vehicle because YouTubers never die, and that urban myth. Um, but if you like that style, if you like the realistic nature of it, where even the good players die sometimes, let me know. I'd love to see comments about it. I'd love to, if you like it, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. If you don't like it, let me know as well. I like hearing either way. And if you want to keep up with War Thunder content, my own content even, just follow me on Twitter. I repost everything that War Thunder posts as well. So if you want to be kept in the loop with all things War Thunder, head over to my X is what it's called now, and you can stay up to date. And the action picks back up here. There's an IS-2 over there. So we're going to take him out. That was a perfect shot. And we have 3 kills to find here. We are going to find them. There's the IS-3 that I shot previously. There's only 2 kills in the game now. There's a T-54 that took me out. Down he goes as well. We're no longer messing here, are we? We're going to be trying to win this game. The enemies are definitely going to be thinking they can have this one won, especially by taking the cap. There are more of them than there are us. 2.5 minutes left. We're 1 kill down. And I have a friendly in some sort of aircraft as well. There's a Marder there. I'm going to go for him now. And we've leveled the game. Against all odds, we are going to make these enemies work for the victory if they want it. We've just noticed an M109 there. It's the same M109 that I shot at previously, I believe. It's an F6F that we have in the air. I hear something over here, I think. I think that M109 is trying to team me up for this guy, so we'll take him out. Now the M109's job just got a little bit more difficult because now they're losing. So now he needs to push. And I know that, so I'm going to edge myself out and try and present the shot for him, but then reverse. Now the unfortunate thing happened where my teammate got taken out by a ZSU-57. So now the M109 is pushing up. I'm going to do something a little bit clumsy here and put myself completely out of cover. I realised that pretty much immediately. Still thought I could go for the shot, went against it. I'm just going to reverse back into cover. I don't need to risk this. I know I'm the better vehicle in this matchup. And if I can get this kill, we do win the game. And there it is. 30 seconds left. It's just about holding. I have a teammate in an AA. I just need that guy not to get himself killed again, and we do win this game. As you can see, I'm just going to put a message in the chat just saying, please don't die. There's only 10 seconds left. 5. That's going to be the end of it. And that's honestly how easy it is to get a win in battle. It's not that easy, I suppose. 12 kills there, an air kill and 11 ground. Like I said, if you enjoy it, leave a like. I'll see you in the next video.